Hello Diecast fans, what we have here is a Chevrolet Corvette C6 made by Maisto in 1:18 scale. Now I know what you're thinking, not another C6 Maisto Corvette review, we've seen that already. Well, just to make the review a little bit interesting, we will be comparing it with another Corvette, but this time with a meaner, faster, and I think more expensive Corvette, the C6R. Now I think it would be more interesting to compare this side by side, these two C6 Corvettes right here. We can compare them externally on how much changes they made to the C6R compared to the ordinary C6. Now we can only compare them from the outside and a little bit on the inside interior, since the 1:18 C6R Autoart is a sealed body edition, so there gonna be no opening trunks, opening doors, and opening rear hatch. Only the Maisto can provide those features. A little bit overview on how the C6 made history and being iconic in the Corvette fans. First, these are the first generation of Corvettes to ever had a fixed headlight compared to the pop-up headlamps seen on the C5 Corvette. So out with the pop-up headlamps, when in with the fixed headlights right there. Let's compare first the fascia of these two C6 Corvettes right here. Let's go first to the C6R right here. So as you can see, this car really sits way too low to the ground, since this is a racing version of the C6. You can see the headlights and a well-detailed grille right there on the bumper, and the fantastic looking fog lights right there with the acrylic lens on it, and the signal lights right there. And moving on to the C6 right here, and the iconic grille right here. I think they present this grille on the concept of the C6 back then, so they retained that. And the headlights, as you can see, and the fog lamps right there. So even though these are both C6, if you observe them carefully, the headlight of the C6, the ordinary C6 right here, had 3-piece projectors on it, while compared to the C6R only had 2. Moving on to the wheel comparison. So we go to the C6R first. So you can see the Michelin tire, and I think these are the OZ racing wheels with a single lug nut there. So a very nice touch made by Autoart. And yes, if you spin those tires, the rotor disc will spin alongside also. So a very nice touch. As you can see also the C6R badge on the fenders right there. So it really looks good. Now comparing to the Maisto right here, still a very good looking wheels if you ask me. But no, you cannot rotate the rotor disc, as this is a typical move by Maisto. But then again, for a budget model, it still looks good as a C6. Moving on to the engine bay. So the Maisto has an opening frunk right here. Actually, this is not a frunk anymore. This is an engine bay already, since yes, it's a mid-engine, but the engine is still located on the front. So we could see here the LS engine. It's well detailed, but it's one big plastic slab right there. So at least they try to detail it. Even this is a low budget model, at least you can still appreciate it. And comparing to the Autoart, since this is a sealed body, no, there is no opening engine bay right there. But still, they included some pins right there. So still a very nice touch. On to the interior driver side of the Diecast C6. Now, this is the Maisto. So you could see the steering wheel, the pedals, and the gear shifter right there. And they also included, I think this is a GPS or a screen right there. And most of the buttons are painted, so it's a very nice, cool touch by Maisto. At least it's not a big slab, plain dashboard that you typically see on Maisto Diecast. They still made an effort just to make this look interesting at the same time. Now, moving to the C6R interior. Now, I reduced some of my lights since it's generating too much glare and the interior is hardly being seen through the camera, so just bear with me. I'm gonna do the best on how I can take a shot on the interior of this sealed body Autoart. So you can see there's lots of things going on to the interior of the car, and it's having a hard time to focus again. There we go. The dashboard, the buttons, the gear lever, as you can see right there, and even the fire extinguisher. There are lots of vents and hoses inside of the interior of the C6R. So still a very interesting and actually a very well detailed interior of the diecast made by Autoart. Of course, this is going to be an Autoart. It's going to be extremely well detailed, in my opinion. Now, the rear part of these two Corvette C6. Now, let's go first to the Maisto right here. So I just added some transparent acetate tabs here, since for some reason it's hard to lift the rear hatch and it's sticking right there. I don't know what's the reason. Maybe it's a little bit of alignment issues. So as typical Maisto method, there's a big plastic slab right there. Now they typically put the roof of the Corvettes right here if you want to convert the Corvette into a top-down or a convertible. And moving on to the C6R, and we'll try to zoom in just to focus on some of the details on the rear part of this race car. So there's gonna be some stuff right there and a big plastic slab right there to cover the entire cockpit of the vehicle. As you can see, the roll bar is also present. So still, even though you cannot open the rear hatch, this still provides some enough detail just to appreciate the diecast even more. Rear bumper comparison of these two diecasts. So again, going to the Maisto right here. So chrome exhaust. There's a peg on the tail lamps right here. So a typical Maisto approach again, since budget models will be budget models. And a California C6, y'all. Very nice touch. And a Corvette. Actually, that Corvette is, I think that's a Tampo. And the Corvette logo on the rear is made out of sticker. So I think this is a transition of Maisto from stickers and decals going to tampos, because I prefer the tampos since they're not too hard, or let's say they're sturdy enough or durable enough if you want to clean the diecast. Unlike those stickers, they will easily peel off when you're trying to wipe them. Moving on to the Autoart right here. As I observed, yes, they both have the same diameter and size with tail lamp, but the Autoart has a more smoky looking tail light on it, so it really looks menacing. Actually, it really looks good. The logo right here, it's a Tampo, so there are gonna be no problems cleaning this diecast. The diffuser, as you can see, there's no license plate, since why? Because this is a race car already. And I don't know if this is a texturized plastic they're trying to imitate, or a garnish or a screen. So you just let me know, since I never seen a C6R in real life. So I cannot tell you if this is texturized or really screen. And they also included a towing eyelet right here. You can see the right slit right there. Yeah, it's a towing eyelet right there. And as you can see, if we lift it up a little bit, the camera, yes, it's a very large wing right there. Now let's not forget the right side of the C6 right here. As you can see there, the center console and the buttons and the handbrake and the seats right there, and a big Corvette logo insignia right there on the dashboard and into the seats. The seats are well textured, it's well detailed. Even though it lacks paint, it still looks good for a budget model. Now, also moving on to the right side profile of the C6R of Autoart. So, like I said before, you cannot open the door, so there's not much to look on the inside. So, you have to appreciate just the outer detail of the C6R. So, I think this is the side pipes for the C6R and some holes that I really don't know what it is for. And the rear wheels right here, Michelin tires again, the OZ wheels, and if you, rotor disc also rotates if you turn the wheels. My verdict on these two C6 Corvettes made by Maisto and Autoart, they're an absolute joy to own both of them, even though there's a low-end model and the high-end model. I disregard those brands. If they do look good and the price is reasonable, I will easily grab them. And I'm lucky enough to find both of them on the same color. So, if you're a Corvette fan or a racing car fan that wants a plain body edition, the Autoart is a very good choice. And if you're on the budget and you want to collect your fleet of Corvettes, you cannot go wrong with the Maisto, since both of these diecast provides enough appreciation and details for most of the enthusiasts. So guys, thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps and entertains you at the same time. And have a nice day.